Very much, Jess. Welcome to the press conference for race 25 of the Supercars Championship. Broc Feeney from Triple Eight Race Engineering together with Tony Quinn, co-owner of the team and of course of this wonderful racetrack. Cameron Waters, Tickford Racing with CEO Simon Brookhouse, and Kai Allen, Penrite Racing together with team principal David Coucher. Gave you an upgrade there, David. Boys, well done. Broc, what a weekend for you. Race winner, Repco Sprint Cup champion, Boost Mobile Pole champion bloke. You've got a champion nana. Tell me about the burnout. Were you happy with it?
Yeah, thank you. It's been an awesome weekend. I suppose when you look back on it, to have 2 wins, 3 poles, the pole award for the year and the Sprint Cup Championship was fantastic. And to celebrate here and to be honest, to do it here at Tony's track and to see all the effort that's gone in over the last few years. I've obviously raced here a lot before and after the upgrades, and it's fantastic to be back and to see the crowd, to do a burnout at the end. And I really want to thank the team for letting them put my nan up on the podium. It was really special to have her up there.
I certainly think that's a first in the Supercars Championship. I suppose you probably had a moment to maybe chat to your mum and dad, chat to your friends and family. I suppose, what has been the reception from everybody that's so close to you?
Yeah, it's been fantastic, and it's like a second home race for me, and to have so many family and friends up here this weekend is really special. And obviously, new coming into the weekend, there was a good chance that we'd wrap up the Sprint Cup, but to do it, with 2 wins and even the second race was obviously really fast as well. Just to have a really strong weekend here at home has been fantastic. Obviously, we've tested here before, but sometimes it doesn't work in your favour. But we rolled out super strong cars and must just say, Triple Eight as a whole this weekend, Super 2, Jackson got his first pole win. Zach Bates, I don't need to say too much. He did a fantastic job in the wild card and the Red Bull Ampol racing team as well.
Tony, we'll speak to you about the track a little bit later, but can you just speak to us about Broc and the success of the team and himself this weekend?
Yeah, look, on behalf of obviously the shareholders and the team as a whole, we're super, super pleased and proud of the job that the 2 boys have done, and the whole team have done. It doesn't really get much better. So we thoroughly enjoy it. And whilst they're not worth the wages they get, they're worth the odd bonus or 2.
Thanks. As Broc gives you the side eye. Cam, we spoke to you after qualifying and things were looking pretty bleak. You weren't overly happy with where you guys were at. I suppose just tell me the moment that you saw the safety car come out, what that meant for you and how the rest of the race played out.
I guess first of all, it's awesome to have you back at the track. My day was pretty bad. Obviously with qualifying, quite poor. Just this weekend really struggling. And our race car, once we got in the race, wasn't too bad. Just dirty air really hurt us. So decided to do something a little bit different, go super long, and hoped for a bit of luck to go our way. And when I saw the car beached in the sand, I was pretty excited. So obviously a lot of luck in today's result, but we're going to take it.
Tell us about just how differently it is being at the front of the pack when you have got the advantage with the clear air and how different your race can play out when you're up there.
Yeah, it's totally different. It's a different race. Your car's a lot better with the clean air. So, that first stint, even when I got a bit of clean air, my car was a lot better. So I knew if I had some clean air, even, once we got going and whatnot, I knew I was probably going to be okay. Broc's thing was way too quick for us, but I didn't want to give it to him too easy. But once he cleared out, my car was okay and just wanted to try and, hold on to that P2.
Simon, the deficit to these guys next to you is pretty extraordinary. They're doing such an incredible job. You as a team, as a collective, how do you take them with the fight?
Yeah, I think, first of all, congratulations to the team, and Triple Eight are doing a fantastic job and obviously setting the standards. But I think for us, it's controlling what we can control. We can't worry too much about what other teams are doing. We just need to be as fast as we possibly can. Fortunately, this season's the first year of the finals, and that's what we've got to focus on. We've got the Enduros coming up, and we're going to do a lot of work between now and Taylor and Ben to make sure we can be as quick as possible and then look forward. We've just got to keep looking forward, and everybody gets an opportunity if we can finish in the top 10. So that's what we're aiming for, and we'll hopefully the season starts again at the Gold Coast.
Kylan, congratulations, another podium this weekend. Can you sum up your weekend for us? There's been certainly some highs, but of course, qualifying this morning obviously wasn't.
Yeah, obviously, yesterday was good and bad. We got a podium and then a 20th. So the weekend at this event has been very seesawy. It's up down. But I just put all that behind me and just kept chipping away. And even yesterday to get second in that first race with mixed conditions was a lot of fun. And then to bounce back today, starting 22nd and getting third was also really, really cool. So can't thank the team enough. They worked really well under pressure, executed those 2 stops, and then we fought hard towards the end, and to get a podium was pretty special.
Couch, you've got one car into the finals, one car very nearly into the finals. How do you guys approach the next couple of rounds?
No different, really. Yeah, we just focusing on ourselves. Like we're definitely the hunters at the moment, so we're just flat out trying to maximise. Our points. We can't be on the defensive. We're out there attacking every weekend, trying to get as many points every single race. So nothing really changes. But the enduros, obviously there's big points for one race. So you can gain or lose a lot. But fundamentally, we just have to prep for those 2 races as much as we possibly can. And if we execute those big events well, I'm confident we'll have 2 cars up in the 10 and fighting for the finals. And also, congratulations to Broc and the team, mate. You guys have been exceptional and well-deserved.
Okay, we're clear from live TV. We'll open it up to the floor.
Tony, thanks for having us through the weekend. How was it sort of met against your expectations, how it's gone from an event point of view?
Yeah, I mean, obviously when I bought the track, I had a lot to do. It's almost like qualifying last and having to fight your way to the front. But I've been helped by a great team of people that work here and are pretty much, they're pretty much wedded to the place. And because I pay them each week, they keep coming back. But we always sort of knew that if we presented a good product, that there would be a chance to talk about the V8s coming back. And, me and Tim Wattsford had a chat last year, or whenever it was, and we sort of planted the seed. How could we make it happen? And so now it's happened. It's been just so good, mate. I haven't met one grumpy person, which is unusual, but everybody has been so complimentary. All the drivers, all the teams, the supercar guys have enjoyed the cooperation that we've offered and the knowledge that we've offered for this venue. And I would be flabbergasted if we didn't see them next year.
The only downside of having such a big crowd is some queuing on the way in and out of the track. Is there something that can be done about that for next year? Yeah, I think if we have less people coming, I think that would be a good start, and we could put speed humps on the road. But, personally, I travel up Gympie Road most days of the week, and it's horrific every day. So I deal with it every day, not just once a year. But look, I think if there is something we can do, we will, right? I'll give you that pledge. But it's not that bad. And the trouble is that this place started off with a hell of a legacy of the car park and 7 hours to get out and everything else. I've travelled in and out fairly easily, to be quite honest. And so long as the traffic keeps moving, it's good. And we have a few ideas for next year for the parking to make it easier. But, it comes with being busy. If you've got a busy town centre, it's hard to get a parking space. And sure, if we got a green field and could build a brand new facility, we'd have a different way of doing it. But, we've inherited this venue, and we have to make the best of it. I don't think it's bad. I think it's good to have a whinge, because if you didn't have a whinge, you'd whinge about something else. And sooner or later, we'd get back to, they'd be whinging about me. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. Very good. Broc, congrats on the Sprint Cup. Is there part of you that wishes this finals format wasn't being introduced this year?
It doesn't matter what I think. It is what it is, and you got to be excited for it. And yeah, looking forward to the back end of the year. So, I think if I'd won the Sprint Cup by coming fifth a lot, I'd be a little bit nervous. But, we've been able to win, I think, at the past 4 or 5 rounds. I think that's maybe, 5 or 6 on the trot. So if we can keep up what we're doing at the team and keep this car pace and winning races, that'll sort itself out in the finals.
Cam, the guys in pit lane did a pretty good job by the looks of it to get you out ahead of Kai into the effective lead. And I guess that helped set you up for second, what turned out to be?
Yeah, they did a good job, obviously, in the pits with the tyre changes, getting the fuel in. I tried to do the best job as I could on the in laps, obviously under 80 Ks, and tried to close in as much as I could coming into the lane. So I was probably a little bit lucky that I was following, so I could kind of use guys as a bit of a brake marker coming in the pits. And obviously, he had to come around us where I got a clean run in. So not a lot of little things went my way to be able to jump him in the pits.
Tony, just on Zach Bates, I guess, do you feel like he's made a pretty good case to be on the grid next year, full-time somewhere?
Yeah, I think everybody should be impressed with his performance. Very, very unfortunate and very unlucky and very unfair that he was taken out the way he was. But if it wasn't for that, I think he would have an exceptional result, And I know that Jamie thinks highly of him, just from a driver perspective. And, I've known his family for years and years, and, I think he's a great kid. He's tall, so I can hardly see him, but he's very tall. But, no, he's a great kid, mate. Great driver.
Simon, on Friday, you said you might have a clearer idea about the Austin Cindric or that type of program. Do you have a clearer idea about whether that might happen this year?
No, I don't.
Fair enough.
I wish I could say I did. Look, as I said on Friday, we'd love to be involved. We'd love to do something around a wild card with a NASCAR driver, and I think we'll keep working towards that. We've had discussions with Supercars again over the weekend, and hopefully in the coming days or even weeks we'll be able to announce something.
And to, I guess, Simon, Tony and Dave, the full course yellow, obviously that's part of it, but do you feel that it does drag on too long? Obviously a couple of you guys did benefit, but for the spectacle of the show, does that go on too long?
Yes. No.
The full course yellow is there for the safety of the drivers first and foremost, and then any crew, whether it be ambulances, whether it be tow trucks and all that, going out on the circuit. So you have to decide if you want to start the race a couple of minutes earlier, or if you want everything to be safe for all the human beings that want to go home to their wives and girlfriends, boyfriends and family at the end of the weekend.
Sorry, Tony, could you just elaborate on your I guess, point of view?
I think as I look around, not just Australia, but the world, there's far too much time spent behind the safety cars nowadays. It never used to be so long. It used to be quite quick, in, out, recover, get going again. But nowadays there seems to be an extra couple of laps just to, reconfirm again that it's safe to go racing. So for me, they spend too much time behind the safety car unnecessarily, in my opinion.
Tony, you've been around the motorsport game for a while now, and
I'm getting all the questions here.
You've seen a lot of fantastic drivers in your time, I'm sure. Where does the guy sitting next to you rank on that list?
We're so fortunate at 888 that we've got, in my opinion, again, the 2 best drivers in the field. And so much so that we've given them an extra few lollipops to stay with us for a couple of years, because we believe in them, and they're delivering. So, look, it's got to be right up there. Honestly, we all talk internally. I'll double that. We all talk internally that Broc is the new Jamie Whincup. He's got that precision about him, and that Will's the new Lounsey. The kind of have an internal thing, and I think that, to me, that sort of rings quite true. And that, I can say honestly that they get on very, very well. Yeah, and which saves us a wee bit of work.
Kai, for you, you go back to Tasmania, you were 195 points away from finals. Fast forward to today and you sit only 20 points away, and you got a home round next where I'm sure you're going to be really keen to crack into the top 10.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, that obviously wasn't been my focus. It's been just learning and making sure I'm executing as much as I can. And I think, obviously Darwin was a very, very good round to kickstart that hunt into the finals. But still, we can't think about that. It's in the back of our mind, but we've got to keep marching forward, and I've got to keep doing what I'm doing. And I'm still learning a lot, even in those races then, and you're battling guys that are really good for those little positions, and where that comes in, and there's a lot of new learnings for me, and I just got to keep chipping away, and that's definitely a goal, but you can't think about that because there's big points on the table for the finals, and anything can swing it in anyone's way. So definitely excited to go to the Bend. It's a home event for me, even though it's 3 hours away from where I grew up, but still it's a South Australian event. My major sponsor for many years, AirTouch, is sponsoring the event, so it's going to be cool to race the AirTouch 500, and I'm sure the Penrite Mustang's going to be super speedy there.
Simon, you're on the other side of that equation. Thomas Randall is that driver in 10th, only 20 points ahead of Kai. What have you got to do to arrest the slide and keep Thomas in finals?
Look, I think as a team we've just got to be a bit more consistent. We've got to improve our car speed. Thomas is driving really well. He's had a couple of races where he hasn't had a lot of luck. He's had cars drive over the top of him probably twice in the last couple of rounds, so that doesn't help. But I think you make your own luck as well. So we're not panicking at all. We know we've got a strong team. He's obviously got Moff driving with him for the next couple of rounds, and a very experienced co-driver. I think that's going to help a lot, and I think that he's had success at Tailem before himself, so he'll go in there really confidently. So we'll just keep getting as many points as we can, and we'll see where we finish up.
Cam, looking ahead, Frosty jumps in the car with you for the next 2 rounds. Is an Enduro Cup win the goal for both of you?
Yeah, 100%. He'll be doing all the test day, and he'll be doing all the ride day if he likes it or not. So, particularly the ride day. So, the Enduro Cup will be really good for us. I'm super excited to have Frosty in the car. He's excited, and I think we've got a genuine shot at taking that out. We just obviously need to find a bit of car speed out of our cars at the moment. So been a little bit up and down. They're fast at times, very bad at other times. So we'll iron that out, and we'll be right.
And Couchy, for you, now that Matt's locked into finals, does that give him free rein to have a swing at the Enduro Cup with Garth, and perhaps for the team to flex some of their strategic muscle again?
Well, you're not locked in until after the Enduro Cup. So, we've still got to you still got to just go out and execute every race. We're going to, those big races. Everyone goes to, the 500 to win, and everyone absolutely goes to Bathurst to win. I don't think anybody's really going to be thinking about the championship come the last 2 or 3 stints at Bathurst. So it's just play on for us. It's not really even on our radar in terms of the sort of the championship points. We're just doing our thing, and so far it's working.